The president's administration is strengthening its defense policy board in response to threats at home and abroad. One America's Christina Howitson has the details.
President Trump's administration is taking steps to ensure the nation is properly defended against any potential threat. In the most recent round of nominations to the Defense Policy Board, Acting Defense Secretary Chris Miller selected a number of candidates known for their work in diplomacy and international affairs. Chief among them, former Speaker of the House of Representatives Newt Gingrich, who has been a fierce advocate of the president's policy to put America first and not behind other nations that do not share our values.
So I think there's some reason to believe that they conflate being involved in the international order, which Trump is for, with globalism, which is the domination of the United States by a series of multinational agreements where we give away our sovereignty to countries, many of which do not share our values, many of which are themselves dictatorships.
Gingrich is not the only former lawmaker again taking up the policy mantle, as former New Hampshire Senator Robert Smith and former Virginia Congressman Randy Forbes also answered the call. As vice chairman of the Senate Select Committee on Prisoner of War, Missing in Action Affairs, Smith called for information regarding any service member potentially being held overseas be made public.
All of the information that we have secured from the United States government, the executive branch of the United States government, before this committee, be declassified and given out to the American people.
From 2001 to 2016, Forbes represented Virginia's 4th District, later chairing the House Sea Power and Projection Forces Subcommittee, which has jurisdiction over Navy and Marine Corps acquisition.
One of the things writ large that we need to constantly be pulling back and talking about is it's a big deal whether we maintain U.S. naval preeminence or not.
His selection comes just weeks after the U.S. announced funding for a new Virginia-class submarine, 2 Columbia-class submarines, and the expansion of the Triton II nuclear missile program. Lawmakers will not be the only policy advisors, with Miller also selecting 2 individuals with experience in combat and military strategy. Edward Litvak is best known as the author of Coup d'etat, A Practical Handbook, and The Rise of China, and over the course of his career has advised the Office of the Secretary of Defense, the National Security Council, and the departments of the Navy, Army, and Air Force. He has been an outspoken supporter of the president's foreign policy, repeatedly praising his work dealing with 2 often adversarial superpowers.
I was personally supporting Trump's idea during the election campaign of publicly saying, I'm opposed to bad relations with Russia. But he is a deal maker. He knows how to fix problems. You know, he did that with the Chinese in a very important way.
And bringing additional field experience, former Air Force pilot Scott O'Grady, who first made national headlines when his F-16 was shot down from the no-fly zone over Bosnia in 1995, will also be joining the team. Miller said he is, quote, confident the Department of Defense will benefit greatly from their time and service to the board. Christina Howitson, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Visit OANN.com for immediate access to all the clips you've been waiting to see.